Welcome back to another talk about relationships. We have a very exciting topic today, which is really the main pillar of any relationship, which is trust. Stick around. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please get on the chat, the live chat. We'd be more than happy to address your concerns or questions or comments, and we can share more information. The main pillar in relationship is very important because it holds pretty much everything else. If other pillars got weaker, this pillar is going to be there until the other pillars redevelop. Now, if this main pillar was not as strong or got shaken, or got beaten up, or got withered, or it doesn't matter. Anything that impacts it negatively, it makes the load very heavy on the other pillars of any relationship. And as I mentioned earlier, that main pillar is trust. So if there is a mistrust, there's a question mark on trust, that weakens that main pillar. So therefore, it's very important in all of our relationships that we focus on keeping trust. Now, what are some of the things that, help us to, or what are the things that really impact trust, right? That's the topic of today. So the thing that impact trust is one of the things, actually, it's some of the basic things that people sometimes don't get or don't understand it, or maybe never thought of it, is the consistency. Being consistent. If you keep changing your mind, not a good idea. If there is inconsistency between parents with the children, that's not a good idea. So the children will start lose trust from or about the parents' capability to be a unit. So therefore the children become, putting a question mark about, what's going on there? They're not consistent. One is saying this and one is saying that. I can't trust either one of them. I'll just take advantage of each one of them. So I'll go to this person whenever I feel like it, that is going to serve me, and I'll go to this person whenever I feel like it, it will serve me. Same thing in companies or friendship, or consistency is very important. So we just want to make sure that we all are aware of that factor. That's really important. Another thing is that is very important for a relationship to be healthy and stay healthy, and not only that, but actually grow, is to stay positive, to have a positive attitude. We'll talk a little bit about, sorry about that. We'll talk a little bit about relationships from a negative perspective, and the negative aspects that can impact the relationship, which is some of the talks we've spoken about before: the finance, the goal, the dream, the conflicts, all these things. If they're not fixed and comprehensively understood from both people in that relationship, the relationship is in question mark. So if, for example, if you are inconsistent about your dream, if you are inconsistent about what you want to do, if you're inconsistent about your rules and what you like and what you don't like, all these things like, I really can't figure you out. I just need to have a little grounds, that I can build this relationship. This inconsistency keeps shaking this whole world of relationship that I have with you. So therefore, the person would ask, it's like, what's going on? You were cool with this, and now you're not. You were, for example, happy to go along with us and to go out and do this trip or whatever, and now you don't want to, and it's not the first time. And inconsistency, you cannot find it from the first inconsistency. There has to be a pattern of inconsistency. So the switching back and forth is really where we need to be able to talk to our friends, like, what's going on? If they say like, oh, nothing, it's just really everything is fine, but that's who they are, and that shows that their inconsistency giving a signal that this is not a stable connection. Just like using a phone, or you're connecting to the internet. If the servers or the service provider of the servers that are giving you connection to talk to someone, if you keep disconnecting, if they're not consistent with their connection, with the connectivity and the quality of service, the QoC, the QoS, and the quality of connection, you're gonna change that company in a heartbeat. But there has to be a pattern. It's not just from the first call that you got disconnected or there was inconsistent quality in the one call, then you would just change the service provider for that connection, whether it's a phone or whether it's a network or internet, whatever. So if that inconsistency repeats, if there's a pattern of inconsistency, people are very likely to break up. People are very likely to separate. People are very likely to say, you know what, I ain't working for me. Just simple as that. So they can disconnect, they can ghost you, they can whatever, they can do a lot of things just for them to, like, I don't want to waste time. For them, it's just not a safe connection. So therefore, they cannot trust that connection because it's inconsistent. I said also about positivity. If you're not positive, if you're negative in a sense that toxic, so that's one thing that, if you have this relationship with a relative or a friend or a colleague that is negative, the trust is not going to be there, and the relationship is actually very shallow. So the positive can be in relationship to the behavior, to one another, and it also can be in relationship to memories, past memories as well. And so existing experiences, existing behaviors that are positive, as opposed to also past experiences. Now, with all of that, the more negative, the very likely that trust is going to deteriorate. It's going to get wither and get dry, and it's just going to be brittle and breaks. Simple nature of relationships. So therefore, we need to nurture it with positivity, and we need to be consistent, and we need to be able to nurture that relationship. So today is going to be a short talk. I hope that you folks find this material useful and helpful. I would like to invite you to check our website for upcoming events. We have events that are coming for relationship related trainings and workshops for relationship with ourselves, and that's you can check out also the couples marriage therapy, or the couples marriage workshop, I meant to say, as well as the singles workshop. So there'll be another. So these workshops are happening regularly. Check us out. See if you find any of this material useful. We'd be more than happy to share this information with you. And until the next talk, I wish you all the best, and I wish to see you again next week, and stay happy.